Hello, everyone. I'm Cecilia from ISSIP here. And today we have a Kaisa still joining us from Ulu. Hi, Kaisa. Nice to meet you.
Well, it's good to be here. Thank you.
Could you introduce yourself to the ISSIP community?
Sure. My name is Kaisa Still. I come from Oulu, Finland, so kind of close to the Arctic Circle. We're getting ready for summer. The snow has just melted.
Oh, wow.
And I currently work as a manager business collaboration at the University of Oulu. Oulu University is a community of about almost 25,000 people at the campus, and certainly, you know, my job and the university's job is to make sure that we create an impact in the larger society, and innovation in all of its forms is the way to do that.
That's amazing, Kaisa. Especially one of the areas that ISSIP's making a lot of efforts is like bridging the gap between academia and then industry, right? From
Yes.
your point of view, what do we need to do in order to close the gap and then raise the next generation of the leaders? Like how we can help the students to gain the skills that are required by the industry?
Well, that is the major question, I think, and something that, you know, we are challenged every day. Yes, there is still the gap between the industry, their fast-paced, fast-paced working skills, also their outlook and the planning range, which, you know, might not be tens of years, but maybe it's more, you know, what will happen next year. And then at the university, we are the best at building the future skills, but it takes us time to do that. So the gap is there. I think that basically, you know, what we do is we facilitate interactions between the two groups. So, you know, even when I'm thinking about it, you know, we are kind of, doing, small service innovations, both for the researchers and the students, as well as then, trying to figure out, the similar types of innovations for the industry people that need to know about us and who might benefit from whatever we have. And then we try to bring everybody together. So we organize meetings, we facilitate meetings, we have events, we try to get people to learn about what we have as much as possible. And of course, it's not only us at the Innovation Center where I am. We're trying to teach, and help that everybody from the university can, and wants to go, outside of the university to experience what happens there.
Make complete sense. I mean, also, during the pandemic, it has brought significant impact on how we work. And, like, how do you see the role of university in the future of work?
Well, I think that the pandemic, a devastating phenomena, of course, but on the other hand, it kind of forced us at the university to really digitalize and really do things in a different way. That, we were kind of maybe slow to change, and we have, the students now, they are very well equipped to deal with these kind of uncertainties in life, and they know how to use the technology. I'm sure that they have learned, when they want to be in the same space, and they have learned the benefits of also, working from home or working from wherever. So I think that, we have all learned how to do something better. There's still a lot to learn, but I think that, the pandemic has kind of helped us to also to realize that, life is not only here within the walls of the university, but that we can also make the change by being wherever we are and by, connecting to the community somehow.
That sounds great. So this sounds like the students to learn to adapt to a new, changing environment, be more
Yeah.
nimble, right, in response to different circumstances.
Yeah, I'm sure that it hasn't been easy for the students. I'm sure that there are, many students that have actually, also suffered from that. And I'm hoping that, we at the university and at, the societies kind of understand that and give them, support that they need from moving from, getting a degree with not meeting anybody, and then moving into the working life and suddenly the team skills and such that might not be there, that they have to use that. I hope that, the organizations can also support them.
Definitely, yeah. And then, given your current role at the University of Oulu, I'm sure you're managing a lot of interesting projects,
Mhm.
at the intersection of academia and industry. Is there
Yeah.
any specific project you would like to share with the ISSIP community?
Well, I think that one of the projects that I could mention is that in Finland we have this really fascinating instrument for developing kind of university ideas into startups.
Mhm.
It's Business Finland is provides an instrument for financing, and it can give about 500,000 euros for a university-based idea to kind of
Wow.
take it forward and to think about what who would need this and who are the partners that need to be part of this idea and how we can make this into reality. And that's a nice instrument, and I think that in our team we have people who have really worked towards supporting the idea so that they can go and get this instrument and then grow with that instrument. So I think that's one of the wonderful things that is happening not only at the University of Oulu but in Finland in general.
That is amazing. It's a great amount there. So like it's more like a technology transfer office, right? So helping students to
Yeah,
commercialize their
yeah,
their
yeah,
ideas.
yes.
And it's sometimes it's not easy, right? Because I as a PhD, like when I was doing PhD, like I thought about it, and then certainly it was not easy, like unless like you come from a STEM background, right? Like were
Mhm.
there any challenges for students? I mean, whenever I also evaluate some of the proposals from like students when I was at the university, like some of the ideas are amazingly great, but then also there was a question of like feasibility of commercialization, right? Like are there any challenges with the students, like they have a bright ideas, but like are they struggling, or do they have any difficulties with in terms of like assessing feasibility of commercializations in the beginning?
Well, I think that, well, first of all, I think, most of the people that are going towards this kind of funding, they are researchers. So they have maybe some kind of maybe not, a patent, but some sort of IPR that kind of, helps them to move things forward. So they have some sort of, the knowledge has somewhat been packaged already, and then they are looking for the commercialization. But I think it's always with researchers and with students, and I'm guessing also with lots of other people who have wonderful ideas. People fall in love with their ideas, and kind of you need to take other people into the equation, so that you can co-create that. And also, I think that can be difficult. You're letting go of something, you're letting go of your baby, your idea, and you're giving it to other people, and you're realizing that you cannot control everything. So I think that's, whether that's at the university or whether that's somewhere else, that's always the tricky part.
Exactly. That's kind of like a check and balance journey, right? Because like, like I know that like it's amazing ideas, but then sometimes you can't control everything. So you need to really bring everyone on this journey to make this happen. But I
Yeah, and
yeah.
and that in academia, in research, when we write papers and when we conduct research, we are at least trying to control a lot of things, and that's the scientific reasoning goes that way. But when commercializing or building a business or taking your ideas further, it's a little bit different kind of a world, and you are measured in a different way, and you have to share in a different kind of way.
Definitely, definitely. You're completely spot on, Kaisa. Okay, I know that it's been a while, but then in the survey we ran last November, you mentioned
Mhm.
about awareness creation as one of the advice to the ISSIP community and as ISSIP leadership. Do you have any
Yes.
suggestions in terms of how we can raise the level of awareness of the ISSIP, like in our great work here?
Well, yes, I mean, I certainly want to congratulate ISIP for, continuously working on something that is really crucial for the society and for all of us, and also the idea that I think that, we tend to concentrate too much on technological innovations. Uh, and I think that, those, are, they are included in service innovation. I think service innovation is a bigger, broader subject, and it needs to be, put out there. So I think that, I would love for ISIP and for all of us to kind of, continue to create that awareness for, the need for service innovation, because that's how, it gets to our hands, the technology, or it becomes something that, becomes part of our daily lives.
Exactly.
Where I don't know if I can give you any uh, just telling the wonderful stories that are out there, giving examples. I think that, yes, we do that in academic settings. For example, I have always met, ISIP people at HICS conference, which is the Hawaii International Conference of System Sciences, and it's a great place to talk about service innovation, and ISIP is always present there, but that's for the academics. Mostly, yes, there are some industry people. So I think that, continue going to that conference and spreading the word of, at least people see the word service innovation so they can, maybe pick from there. I don't know, awareness creation nowadays is very tricky. It's there's so much out there, and people have very short attention spans. So
Yeah.
I think it's something we just have to do together.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing advice. Okay. Before we close this call, Kaisa, do you have any final thoughts or comments, or anything you would like to share with the ISAP community?
Well, maybe I can actually, you said that I can do a little bit of marketing here, and
Yeah.
I already mentioned the HICS conference,
Sure.
and at the HICS conference, I'll show it to you because I did actually print it out. We have
Oh,
this
mini.
coming up. I know that this is not, so it's a mini track at the conference, and it's related to service innovation in a way that this is about platforms and ecosystems. And I think that service innovation a lot of times, takes place, at a platform, or it needs an ecosystem around it so that, nobody can do it alone. So, if anybody is thinking about, writing a paper, this might be the place to offer your paper to. So,
Sounds great. Awesome.
so, yeah,
Cool. Thank you for joining us, Kaisa. And
you.
yeah, thank you, everyone. If you haven't subscribed to our ISAP YouTube channel, you can subscribe to us, and you can also follow on Twitter. Thank you. See you guys later.
Bye.